Hey, so I'm gonna do a recording on Kanye West. What inspired me to do this is because there's been a lot of talk about Kanye West recently. You know, he wore a White Lives Matter shirt with Candace Owens. And people, I had got a message from a friend. I haven't responded to you yet, but I will soon. I'm just like, I'm chilling right now. Like I'm just chilling. Um, you know, I've been kind of like just in my own space, doing my own thing and everything. Just been keeping myself relaxed, protecting my energy and stuff like that. So, um, but when I look at Kanye West, I know that he's doing a gimmick. Um, I was listening to some of his interview. When I first came across the interview, though, like his explanation of doing the whole White Lives Matter thing, I was watching Lovely T. And when Lovely T started her commentary, she called him a narc. She made some good points about, some of the complaints that he is complaining about the industry. People have those complaints with him. And he do things like basically he a clout chaser and everything like that. Now, do I fully feel like he's a narc? I don't know. I'm a I don't I can't like I really don't get the feeling of narc per se, but he is definitely an a seeker because when I was watching the interview, he was saying, you know, basically he doing genius things. He got genius ideals and stuff like that. Um, but you wearing a shirt that you excluded somebody, other lives, and you did that on purpose. You did that to get attention. Now, now that you have our attention, what do you want us to pay attention to? What is it? I'm not really sure. So I don't get it. Is it just to pay attention to you? Um, like what is your cause? Like what cause is you fighting for? Do you have one? Is you just fighting for your own freedom? Like what is you doing? So it's kind of like you just doing things just to do it. It don't really feel like it has a meaning behind it. And if you are doing things to promote your own art, then I cannot respect it. And the reason I can't respect it is because you doing something purposely offensive to bring attention to your art, and there ain't shit genius about that. It's something that is always done. It's kind of played out. I wish you would do something different, something with more integrity, because that didn't have integrity in it. Because I really don't give a fuck is a shirt to me. I don't give a fuck. And as soon as I seen it, I was like, oh, look, Kanye, he want attention for something or whatever. And then I waited around to see what the attention, like what you wanted to bring awareness to. And I really didn't see anything. So now I'm just kind of like, whatever. I'm just gonna go on to the next thing. And I really don't give a fuck. Um, but you made a comment about your having a conversation with your dad, and your dad was basically kind of like congratulating you because, all he's seeing is somebody that's stating the obvious. But, you know, you wanted a reaction because if you didn't, you would have has wore a shirt that said all lives matter. Because ain't that the obvious? The obvious that all lives matter, not just one life, but you did that for a reason. So what is the reason? All right, let's get into that. Let's start the reading. I'll make sure I shuffle real good. I'm gonna ask, what is the reason? What is the reason for you wearing the shirt that only said white lives matter? You know, if you really want to be creative, you could have listed, you know, multiple different lives or something. I don't know, whatever, but you know, you have to admit that you took that action in order to gain attention. And it looking like you wanted to gain attention to some superficial shit that, how do it matter? Because, you know, I'm guessing that maybe he wanted to gain attention to his religion or something like that. Like, you know, now he's saying that he doing things for God, but it really kind of feel like you're just doing things for yourself. How is this for God? You know, it's okay for you to have your opinions, but you can't force that on other people's lives. I don't feel like that's right. If you don't feel like abortion is a good thing, then you don't get no motherfucking abortions, or you don't tell your girl to get an abortion or some shit like that. But if somebody else wanted to get one, I mean, like, let them have that right, you know, but you trying to force your points of views on people. And that really ain't godly, you know. You think it is, but that's really just religion. That's really just a construct to was created in order to uh cause division and conquer people's minds and keep people confused. That's what you want your legacy to be about, you know? Like, I feel like you could free yourself from that construct and you could do a whole lot more. You know, you could be a more divine, but no, it's kind of like you seeing the world from a point of view, like you put yourself in a box in order to feel secure. Because I feel like you don't have as much control over your life as you would like, you know, and that's sad, but you ain't really doing nothing about it. By you putting yourself in that religious box, you kind of running away from your problems. You kind of deflecting from your problems. You kind of really ain't dealing with shit, you know? Because now you wasting time trying to get other people to see your point of view or have other people live by your construct that you decided to believe in. You want other people to be in the same box as you, and you saying that that is God. Absolutely not. So, you know, you got to really think about that. You got to really think about that. Because now you live in a type of life that you is purposely causing confusion in order to fight for a cause. For you to even have to do that, that's already tell me the energy of the cause, you know, because it's making you be a demon in order to bring awareness to it. So that's already letting me know, like, what's that about? But I would like for you to see that, because you could release yourself from that and then you could be a whole lot more powerful. But you limited yourself. That's why you live in that limited worldview. Because, you know, if you wanted freedom of self, freedom of expression, you wouldn't even have did that, because what you did is limited. I mean, you don't understand that? And you knew the attention that you was going to gravitate towards you, but you didn't care. as long as you gain that attention. You know, so, and I noticed that with people with religion, you know, I pay attention, you know, and I noticed that people who run to religion, they feel like they don't have no control of themselves or their life. So they run to religion because it's something, it's a guideline, it's a rule book, and it gives them a sense of control over things. You know, it's like, I can't figure out what's right for me. So I'm just going to go by this generic ass, and you calling yourself a genius, but yet you going to box yourself into a religion that make you a carbon copy of everybody else who boxed themselves in that religion. You know, that don't make no fucking sense to me. That don't make no fucking sense to me. Okay. Okay. So you could believe what you want. You could believe what you want, as in how you feel about abortions, how you feel about certain laws, who the fuck that you want to vote for. But at the end of the day, none of it make fucking sense, because if you was really a genius, you will understand what politics is really about. If you was really a genius, you wouldn't even have took a motherfucking side. The fact that you was even on Trump's side tells me how limited you are. You know, I don't give a fuck if you was a Democrat or a Republican, or you wanted Joe or you wanted Trump. But it's the fact that you couldn't look at it from a standpoint that you could zoom out and you could understand the whole political system and what it's for in the games that they are playing. You wouldn't have took a side, because at the end of the day, what have Trump did for, like, what have Trump did for you really? Like, is that really your friend? Like, tell me the reasons why you really is supporting Trump outside of attention. Like, let's be real though. Like, what is it about Trump that is so amazing that you felt like you as a genius, as a god? Because at one point you said that you was a god, that you felt the need to support him. Like, I feel like I'm not explaining this as good as I would like. Okay, because what I'm saying is that there's a certain point of ascension that you get to, and you start to really see the systems for what they is and what they are trying to do. So you could see beyond the plan at this point. And when you at that point, you really don't feel the need to participate. You know, I don't feel the need to take a side with a Democrat or a Republican at this point in my life, because I see when I zoom out that they are on the same side. They playing the same game. And the only reason why they really want me to participate is to systematically program me. But they also want to trick me and make me feel like I'm somehow evolved in the changes that they make. You know, that makes you subconsciously satisfied a little bit, even when you don't get what you want. You be like, well, at least we tried. At least we tried to vote and shit. But, you know, I'm looking at it from the standpoint like, they have the power and the opportunity to make people's lives better, where so many people don't have to suffer, so many people don't have to go hungry, so many people don't have to go without health care, but they just don't want to do it. You know, they don't want to do it because it could be simple, you know, but it made the process more complicated than what it had to be for the simple fact to just keep up confusion and division. So at some point, you know, when you participate in, you know, the last time that I voted, I really like felt like I was wasting my motherfucking time. That's what I was feeling like because it's like we already consciously know that the voting system is rigged. And we also understand that it's very easy for them to rig it, you know. They have their own moral code that they go by, but we don't have no control over that. We can't prevent them from rigging the shit and going with what they want, going with their initial plan, what they already wanted to happen. You know, so they making us do these, you know, very inconvenient shit. They making us do this in order to just manipulate us to feel like we are part of it. And you know, that type of shit start to frustrate me. Cause I be like, it's almost like the same energy you dealing with a motherfucker that's wasting your time. Like you dating a motherfucker for 10 years, but they don't really want to commit to you or something. It's the same energy of that. So at some point, I'm like, man, nah, I'm fucking tired of doing this same shit. I'm tired of coming up here and voting and bubbling these fucking answers, but yet nothing in my world is really changing like that. Or I'm still seeing people that I love and care about suffer. I'm still seeing shit not getting done. Okay. I'm still seeing prices go up. So stop fucking playing with me. Stop fucking playing with me. Okay. If you want to do right, just do right. Just do right. So, you know, what I'm seeing you doing, Kanye, is that you really just running around just playing games, but you looking lost to me. You looking like a lost, wandering soul. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to gravitate to. You don't know who to trust. And I feel like maybe you trying to find a solution, but the way that you're doing is in a cowardly way because you're not really facing yourself. You know, you have a lot of secrets. The reason is because you ain't being really real. You know, it's a lot of shit that's going on in the background that, you know, you don't really want to talk about that, but you want to go out here and wear a dumbass shirt in front of press with another attention seeking motherfucker. Like, I mean, you wasting your own motherfucking time. Cause at the end of the day, when you go back, you still gonna be unhappy. It ain't shit gonna change about that. Cause you're not really addressing that. You're not addressing that problem. But okay, so why did he wear the shirt? Why did he wear the, why did he wear the shirt? I'm starting to feel like how these cars falling out, like you may be too far gone indoctrinated. Like nobody can really tell you shit. that's what I'm kind of like feeling. The first card that came out is the added card. It came out in the shadow attribute. Compromises integrity. Compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. Look at this person. They trying to push back against the wave. You might just need to fucking let this wave just go ahead and sweep your ass up, you know. Let like your Maya cleanse you or something like that. I'm talking about the energy because I'm not religious at all. Like I don't go by any religious system. I don't do that. Okay. I ain't no Satanist. I ain't no Christian. I ain't no voodoo, whatever priest. I don't worship Orishas. I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that. Compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your spirit, over your inner spirit at that. Your inner spirit. Nah, I feel like it's something else to this card. It's something I ain't speaking on. I can't fully reach it, but maybe I'll come to it later. But it's something else, like something else, but it's almost like a cloud in front of it. Fear, I'm hearing. It's something that you are afraid of. It is something powerful in your prayer. And I think that's why you are becoming so deeply religious, because you have seen miracles with prayer. You have seen it. And there's somebody that you talk to, you know, and this person got that like TD Jakes energy or something. This could be like a famous pastor, something like that. One thing that you really like to do is to really interact with famous people. And I think that you do that because you feel like they're the only people that could really understand your mindset. But it really limits you because a lot of the famous people that you are talking to, they are also enslaved. So you're talking to other slaves. And celebrities are enslaved in a different way. Like us just being here, we all enslaved. But actually, celebrities' enslavement is even worse. They have even less control over their lives because there is corporations that look at them like a property. You know, this is how they get their money. So they seek to control this commodity as much as they can. You know, they seek to drain it of how much they could get out of it. And they will play all types of tricks on these slaves in order to continue to keep them cooperating. Yeah. You know, and there's a few people that don't like the fact that you are becoming so religious, but there are more people who actually like the ideal because they feel like this is something that they can maintain control over you with. You know, the whole goal is to set yourself free from all of it. You know, because one thing, I just got tired of being angry about um slavery, about being black, about what they keep putting on the news. I just got tired of being angry about it. I got tired of stressing about it. I got tired of talking about it. And you know, it's so deeply ingrained for them to keep us in that hurt that other black people will make you feel like, how dare you be tired? You know, those are our ancestors. That's our history and stuff. But I do understand the fact that we are still affected by those programmings. But I look at it as a mental programming. It's almost like a mental illness to me. You know, I have a issue with trusting white people because I know how they are programmed. That white person would have to show me that they defeated the programming for me to trust them. If not, then it's always going to be a situation where, you know, that programming going to take over and they're going to feel a certain type of way about the color of my skin. They're going to attach certain stereotypes to me. They're going to treat me in a certain type of way because of it. But, you know, I don't feel the need to go marching and shit like that, shit that I know is not going to work. It didn't even work when Martin Luther King did it. It's the fact that they wanted Martin Luther King to do it. That's the only reason, you know. They wanted integration at that time because it was more beneficial. And they had already completed the programming. They was ready for integration. They was building up to it. It was a mechanism to further control people and for it to be easier to control people, because it's easier to control people who don't believe that they are slaves. You know, they living in an illusion. They no longer can see that they are slaves. The next card that I got is Child Magical. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Okay, so what I'm getting from this particular card for you is that, you know, it's not like a front. Like you really believe what you believe. Um, you also really believe like in your divinity, as in you believe I want to say you believe in magic. Like you believe that all things are possible. Like you have um a childlike wonder to you. Like I don't know why I'm talking to I'm talking like I'm talking to him. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but like maybe you do watch me, but yeah. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Yeah, it's giving me real Peter Pan though. Real Peter Pan. But it's also giving me like, I don't want to grow up. I don't want to grow up. Like you is limiting yourself. I keep talking like I'm talking to you. You keep limiting yourself But it's because of your own fears, but you can't recognize that because I feel like it's the wealth. I feel like it's whatever that you think that you gaining out of this situation because it's an aspect that he feel like he is he feel above people. But it's like in a different way, like the type of mentality, you have some people and they in a position of power and they be like, yo, I work hard to get into this position. And they feel like that is possible for everybody. But either they feel like some people are just lazy or they not motivated enough or they don't believe in it. They feel like there's something outside of the system that, you know, it's that person's fault of why they at where they at. Um, I kind of understand that to a certain extent, but mm-mm, mm-mm. They very strategic who they let in those doors. Okay. It's more than just talent and hard work to get in those doors. Okay. A lot of times to get into those doors, if you're not already created to already be placed in those positions, but if you just getting in those doors due to your tremendous amount of enormous amount of talent, they do make you sacrifice things. They do make you sacrifice things about yourself in order to get into those doors. So before you even get to the top, they have already stripped you of so much. They had already fucked with you in so many different ways before you had got into that position. And you know, a person with integrity and self-love, it's going to be harder for them to get into those doors because they're not willing to sacrifice certain things about themselves to get into those doors. But anybody who got to the top, they was willing to bend to the will of the industry. And I heard too many of y'all celebrities say that and confirm that for that to not be true. So, you know, nah, it's more to it. But sometimes people don't want to look at that aspect. So that person who don't have as much money as you, they don't have as much fame and everything, they could be just as talented, like, but they could have more integrity. They could be closer to God than what you think that you is because they was willing to say no to certain things to because they had more value in their light, in their soul, in their spirit to sacrifice it. So some of these people, they have plenty of talent, but they are purposely oppressed. Um, because they don't want to follow the rules. And there are rules to get into those doors. But I do understand that you feel like the only person that could really relate is people who have been through those doors because they had to sacrifice the same things. So that would be true. So I do get it. I do understand. And that's kind of like the best bet. But I feel like celebrities are even more fucked up and shady and harder to trust than regular people. Child. Cause they feel like, they in a deeper desperation to hold on to the position. Cause they feel like they sacrificed too much. And if they let it go, they don't have nothing. So, they would get you before they would step on your neck in order to hold that position. Okay, I also got the scribe card. We're still talking about, I pulled these cards of why he wore the shirt. Preserving knowledge and information. I also feel like you feel as if he feel as if he know things, got to hold a certain knowledge that it would be hard for other people. I'm here in Vatican for some reason. Kanye had used his fame in order to get certain information. So he feel like he has a deeper understanding. But I'm kind of I'm touching the energy of the information that you got a hold to. And even though it's true, it's definitely is deeply misinterpreted. Deeply. God, motherfucking damn. Like, I feel like he's seen some shit that we haven't seen, but I could feel the energy and it's deeply misunderstood. I mean, deeply. So, you should reconsider that. Should reconsider what you think you know, because there's a different way of perceiving it that it's hard for you to reach because you put yourself in a limited perspective. Okay, I also got the Diliente. Is this what that card say? Dililente? Dililente? Okay, came out in shadow. Pretentious to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. So you think that you have much deeper knowledge, but it's not the truth. Some things you are just straight out being lied to about. Some things is being misinterpreted. Um, some things it's not even that it's whitewash. It's not whitewash. It's something else. It's certain lies that been placed into it because some of the okay, you will have a better understanding of the information if you reverse some of the roles. Like change the hero and the villain. All right, let's go to these cards over here. They fell out in a chunk. So I got teacher in reverse, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. All right, so what I'm getting this about this card is kind of like being like a bad role model, I feel like it's really not up to the responsibility of the celebrity to be a good or bad role model. I when I talk to my daughter, I tell my daughter to not look up to any celebrity. Like look at them like objectively or something like that. Like, and treat them like they regular people, because they are regular people. Don't put anybody on a pedestal, you know. I would strongly advise against my daughter being like a fan to anybody, or if I have kids in the future, I would do the same thing because I know that it's unhealthy, because I know that it's impossible for a person to maintain a good image and be real without going fucking crazy, especially with the times we're going into. So a lot of times over the years, we have seen celebrities be brutalized for being bad role models. And parents have the audacity to come and tell them, like, my daughter watch you on TV. I can't believe that you believe in this. I can't believe that you wore this. Man, look, you need to have a conversation with your motherfucking child. Okay? This is just a human being. And it's okay for them to make whatever decisions that they want to do with their body or their beliefs, learn lessons how they should be. Like, it's almost like you saying, I can't believe that you did not maintain being a fake ass person. How could you even feel good with asking somebody that? Like, I feel like that's kind of ridiculous. And then people being like, well, if you can't maintain that mask that we want you to wear, because we want you to be appropriate for my child. And if you can't maintain wearing that motherfucking mask, then you shouldn't be on stage. Then you shouldn't be doing what you're doing and shit like that. Man, come on now. So you really gonna sit here and support somebody being not themselves, wearing a mask just so you could feel safe? Man, come on now. No. So but what I am gonna say is that with this card coming out, he is being a negative influence, because what you're doing is not based in integrity. There's no way that it can be. Like, I hope, like, can people just see that? I'm saying, like, it's really easy to see. There's no way that it can be, because it's like your whole intent behind it and what you did with it. The fact that you went and put on this shirt with Candace Owens and went out in front of a whole bunch of cameras for them to take pictures of y'all in this shirt. It's a gimmick. Why you doing corny ass shit like that? Huh? You don't feel like there's more important things to do? More important things to care about? And you say that you a promoter of God? You supposed to be out here trying to like change lives and shit like that, but you over here trying to get attention for wearing a shirt that you knew you was gonna get the attention that you did. Do shit with integrity, you know? Because I'm pretty sure, you know what? Okay. And Kanye is not motherfucking crazy, y'all. He just lost on some real shit. That's why I have compassion for him. People got to stop looking at these celebrities like they are supposed to be, they supposed to know shit. They supposed to be better than us. They supposed to know better than us. They supposed to believe what we believe in. Like, I mean, we expect too much out of them, Because we don't expect that shit out of a regular person walking down the street. But just because they on the television and they entertaining us, it's like we project what we think they should be. Nah, you know, the only way, the only reason Kanye can put on a shirt and for so many people to give a fuck about it is because of the programming. So we need to focus on that aspect because really it shouldn't even really bother us. You know, like fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck about that shirt that you wearing. I know that you want attention. So that's how the fuck I'm gonna look at you like, oh, okay, you want attention. Oh, okay. And I might even give it to you, but you better have something important, but you don't. That's how I know that it's not based in integrity. It's based on some fuck shit. It's based on some real dumbass shit that if you really think a little deeper on it, you probably be embarrassed that you doing it. Cause you be like, damn, I could be doing some other shit. I don't know, child. I don't know. Benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. The God card came out. I'm still on the fact that, damn, I know that these videos just be long as fuck. Like, damn. So yeah, he did this for his religion, for how he view God, you know, and you know, it just be really disrespectful that how people place God in such a small ass box, you know. But you know, be that as it may, be that as it may. Hero card. Okay, so you think really highly of what you did. Like, okay, this what he did, Kanye feel very proud about it. Like feel like he really did some shit, you know. He feel like he really made like a power move. That's what I'm getting. Passion for the journey of personal empowerment. And yeah, that personal empowerment part is telling me the truth of the matter, that you're really trying to make yourself feel better. Cause the truth is, and I'm gonna let the cards tell it. I'm gonna let the cards tell it. Okay, angel card came out, helping those in need with no expectation of return. The goddess card in reverse came out, exploitation of the feminine nature and form. And then the artist and the light attribute came out, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see symbolically. Okay, so with that part, it makes me feel the compassion. Kanye, I don't feel like he a bad person. You know, I just really feel like he has a limited perspective and he don't see it that way. But I do feel like if he come across an energy that expand his mind, he will allow it. And that's why I don't necessarily feel like he's a narcissist, because a narc will not allow it. They will not allow expansion because they feel like whatever small domain that they keep themselves in, they feel like they have power and control over that and they don't want to lose it. But I do feel a sense of Kanye having like a thirst for knowledge. Like he want to know, he want to experience and expand. It's just that for one, um, in order to convince him of anything, you have to appeal to him in some type of way. You have to touch his heart. You know, that's how you're going to get the Kanye. You got to make him feel something. That's how you're going to reach him. Also, Kanye, he believe in his divinity, and I'm not going to shake that. Like, I feel like people be really trying to make him feel embarrassed for that. Nah, I fuck with it. You know, continue to believe in yourself and your divinity, because he believe in his art. He believe that he good at what he do. He believe in his talent, and he's actually passionate about it. And for that, I have motherfucking respect. Okay? I have respect for that. Testing. Okay. Um, and I feel like other people should too, but it's so wrapped up. Everybody is wrapped up in a mental programming that they can't even see past it. You know? Like if Kanye wasn't famous, I believe that people would still be offended by some of the shit that he do, but I just don't really feel like I feel like it's taken more negatively just because he is famous. You know, that's how I feel, because I feel like people will be seeing that he kind of like a troll. Like Kanye is like a troll. He like to troll people, especially with this expression, a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. Because I do feel like um Kanye do look at life symbolically. And that's a beautiful thing. You know, that's why he is an artist, but um his beliefs are limited within his comfort zone. And the reason why he went into that comfort zone is because of the pain that he experienced. So all we could really do is wish him healing. Honestly, like I don't know what people want really. Like I don't really I don't know why people so emotionally attached to what he do and everything. And I feel like mm, you know, he's a person that still need to find himself. I do feel like people might feel as if he's traumatic, he a bad influence. Cause people understand that he has a power over his fans. But I do feel like we need to reshape the way that we even view celebrities. Like fan culture is toxic to me. Um, and I don't feel like it has to be like that. It don't have to be like that. Like I was seeing Genuine hang out with one of his fans, somebody that been a fan of his for a long time, but you know, um, they have a connection, they have a report with each other and everything like that. Um, I just wish that we could just appreciate people for their art, you know, but we don't have to feel so possessive over them and their image and what they do. And we could still look at them like, you know, regular people, but, you know, maybe, um, you know, my mind is starting to really be rewired about that. Just in a sense that I'm starting to understand that energy better, as in when somebody is looked up to, you know, or when sometimes people feel the need to follow something or someone. Um, I'm starting to understand that a little bit better and have more compassion towards it because like for me personally, I am naturally a leader, but I don't seek out to like lead people. You know, I want to be able to show you how you can lead yourself. I want to show you how to build your own reality, you know, so you could do your own thing and you could tap into your own divinity and stuff like that. Um, but you know, people come to me and they ask me for advice. They ask me things, they have conversations. And you know, I talk from a place of understanding. I don't talk from a place like I'm above them. I don't see them as beneath me. I don't see them as above me, you know? And if I have the answer to your questions, I will give it to you. And it's just that. That's just all it is, you know? So I don't know. Let's go into other questions because I do have a list. Damn, boy. I don't understand why time be going by so quickly.